So we made a little bit of progress, just a little bit. You now start to see the eyebrows and the nose. I ended up redrawing my template just because I thought it was going to be just a little bit too large for what I was looking to do and fill in this area here. Still got the mustache and the beard and whatnot, so just made it a little bit smaller. But like I say, if you follow that any one of the number of guides on YouTube for simple wood spirits, and there's so many on there. It's astounding. You see, it's really starting to take shape now. We've got mustache, a rise in the center for more facial hair. Gone a little bit deeper with the eye sockets. So you can already start to see it's taking shape. With being fairly small, use my little knife here, and different bits that I've got. I think I'm gonna probably switch over to the Dremel and some small carving bits, just to get a little bit more control. I've already managed to slice off part of the mustache, be able to repair it, but it's gonna get a little more control with the Dremel. So I'll switch to that, and let's see what it ends up looking like. Got a little more texture in. Last time I left off, we had the eyebrows, beginning of the mustache. And I've actually put in eyebrows. Still need to be textured. Got a little bit of texturing on the mustache. Still gonna need to do some on the beard area and the soul patch area. And then just a little more work around the edge to get it to pop out a little more. Doesn't have a whole lot of, it's relatively flat, so it doesn't have a whole lot of contour to it. So might look into that. Kind of late at this stage, but you know, it's come along pretty well. See the cheekbones here. Be interested to see how it turns out when I seal it down. From what I've seen, most guys use boiled linseed oil, so do a little more research into that and see what I can use. Because I don't want to use just a regular spar urethane like I have, and I'm not really looking to make it shiny. Unless I put one coat like I did the handle there. But so far so good. Where I left off last time, I said I was going to start switching over to the Dremel to get a little more control. And using the plain Jane Dremel there. And don't laugh, but that's right, it's a Harbor Freight Special $10 rotary tool. The reason I went with this one is because I've got a lot more of the smaller bits for this one, and it goes at a little bit lower speed, and with it weighing next to nothing, and this being a smaller carving, I can really get in here and work some details. So I'm cheap, and eventually I'll have one of those high-speed engravers, but for now, cheap works. Just got the top finished here. I took a little break and finally got back to it. Got 2 Turk's head knots. I believe they're called 5-bite 4-lead, also known as gaucho knot. If you remember, we had a compartment on the inside with magnets holding it. by doing these and hooking them together, we now will not lose our top. Even gives a little bit of a spring action. So now the top is tethered, we won't lose it. Can access the inside, and as I get it tightened up a little bit more, you will hardly even notice it's there. So again, that's 2 Turk's head knots with a couple strands run between. If you leave yourself enough cord, like I didn't, then you can do the top knot and then roll right into the second knot. But I ran about 6 to 8 inches short, so I had to make a separate run. So just keep that in mind. And the joint, not the best picture, but the joint doesn't look too bad up close. So on to the next step, and that's going to be finishing the bottom. Got a little bit of tape on there because the damn thing started checking a little bit. So I'm going to try and figure out what I can do to fix that, and we'll get that done. And then it's just going to be a matter of figuring out what I want to do. Originally planned on leaving it, as is and finishing that part and the bottom part, but with the black paracord on it now, I'm debating on whether or not I want to do a handle. So if I do that, I might have to narrow this down just a little bit because it's still pretty big. And I'm a big guy, so I'm 6'5", so I got big hands, and it fits me well. But anybody else will have to see. Of course, it's going to be a pretty large staff for anybody. So, all right, next step. So I've gotten the bottom finished. Last left off at the top. Really a shot of the face. It's done. Went ahead and decided to embellish the handle. Looked a little bit too plain to me. So just a couple more simple knots, top and bottom. Kind of brings out, kind of hard to see in the video, but there's some pretty dark streaks in the wood itself. Kind of brings those out. Got the top done with our combination boot. This little bugger was a pain in the ass. I had planned on only doing 2 runs. You see it's got 3. 2 runs wasn't enough to fill the space, so I had to try and squeeze in a 3rd run, just with a couple plain loops around the top. But it really worked out. So all that's left to do is get some more poly on the bottom, seal it up good, and get some on the top, and we'll be good. And after that, sign it, date it, and that is it. So just one more shot. Just the face. Again, it's only my 2nd one, so I'm pretty happy with it. Try and get a little more detail, go a little bit bigger size on the next one, more contour to it. But also again, this is ash, and did a debarking that did not include sanding. And in doing that, I got lucky with the underbark. Give it some really nice texture to it. You see some of it here. So it was a pretty labor-intensive process going through and basically just chipping off the bark. But I'm happy with the way it turned out. Beautiful colors. Shaved down the handle. And a couple knots. And there she is. So Thanks for watching.